You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
Get out of here, Captain Monroe.
I fear it may be Mr. Monroe from now on.
I'm sorry about your career. Here. Here's some money. You take it and get out of here and start a new life somewhere. I hear Tahiti's nice.
Thank you.
Just hop on a train to Saint Denis, jump on a boat, but avoid Guam.
Where?
Forget about it.
Monroe diverts his eyes to the floor when he says that it will be Mr. Monroe from now on, which is a sign of sadness and reflection as to what he's just gotten himself into. He then tenses his brow slightly, which is a sign of surprise, disbelief, and maybe even fear. He's very worried about what he's done and expresses it very well with these two nonverbal cues. Arthur then does a distancing behavior when he says he's sorry about his career. A distancing behavior is the way the brain puts distance between itself and a stressor. Arthur is very emotionally affected by what he has done to this guy, and distances with his head as he experienced significant stress addressing it. He also looks to the floor, which in this context is a sign of sadness, shame, and reflection. Context is key in body language, and a non-verbal cue's meaning changes depending on what's happening. From all of this, we can clearly see that Arthur is a very caring person, showing real emotions when harming other people. Monroe also does a distancing behavior when Arthur offers him money. He looks away and tenses his eyebrows, showing that he's experiencing stress and shock by what Arthur is doing.
Meet me at the reservation.
Morgan! Are you okay?
Well, never better. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on my way down to Mexico. They're finally sending me on a mission. Brother Dorkins is very jealous. What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB.
Arthur puts his hand on his left knee, which is a grounding behavior. This is a cue we give off when we're feeling vulnerable, insecure, and lacking in confidence. Arthur is clearly feeling very powerless due to his TB. He also fidgets with his thumb, which is a pacifying behavior. He's going through significant amounts of stress because of the illness and feels the need to release the stress by fidgeting and scratching. Pacifying behaviors are the way our brain releases the buildup of stress and helps calm us down. Also, he makes no eye contact with the lady when he admits that he's dying, which shows that he feels incredibly uncomfortable admitting it to people. He doesn't want to make eye contact because he doesn't want to face the reality of what he's saying. It's very sad. You will often find that in real life, when people are telling bad news, they try and avoid eye contact.
I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Arthur then exhales strongly when he admits he got it from beating a guy to death, and then scratches his chin. These are both pacifying behaviors. He feels significant levels of stress thinking about what he did to the man, which again shows that he cares about people and feels remorse. Arthur is a very caring and very emotional person, and that's very clearly shown in his body language. Hurting people causes him incredible amounts of emotional pain. Also, look at the lack of eye contact. We typically make eye contact contact 50% of the time when speaking and 75% of the time when listening, and Arthur's doing way below the expected levels of eye contact. He feels shame in what he's done, and that's why he cannot look to the lady. She then puts her hand on his arm and makes physical contact, which shows that she's trying to form an emotional connection and wants him to listen to her.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy...
Now Arthur begins to start making eye contact. The woman is making him feel more comfortable and reassured, and Arthur reflects that in his body language. He tilts his head, which is a body language cue that indicates interest and focus. He's very interested in what she has to say and focuses all of his attention on her. He then tenses his eyebrow and scratches his chin, which is another pacifying behavior. He's incredibly affected by remembering his past and the significant events in his life. He acknowledges them and reflects on them deeply, and you can actually see that it has a visible impact on his body language. He also continues to distance with his eyes. He feels nervous letting out his past and his feelings, but he is starting to open up to her.
I watched him die. That weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Arthur then tenses his mouth, which is the way we suppress a pacifying behavior. When we experience stress and we pacify, our lips tremble and we feel the urge to fidget. The way we consciously suppress this is by tensing our mouth and holding our arms, and we can see Arthur doing one of these here. He is very stressed, reflecting on his past. Arthur increases the amount of eye contact he's making with the woman, showing that he's genuinely interested in what she's saying, so much so that he exhales heavily in response to what she says.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I.
Huh?
But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister.
Arthur again touches his chin and looks to the floor, only to then distance when the woman says helping makes you happy, showing that he's very much affected by the thought of helping others. Arthur is very conflicted here, which is why he responds in the way he does. He also looks up a lot, which is a sign that indicates he's using the parts of his brain responsible for memory and imagination. However, when we look up too much, especially in emotional conversations like this one, it can actually signify that someone is trying to suppress and ignore their feelings, showing that they're feeling very emotional. He then makes normal levels of eye contact with the woman, showing that he's engaged in the conversation and doesn't feel afraid of talking to her about his thoughts and feelings like he did before.
I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard!
I shall try.
I know you will. Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
Arthur has opened up during the conversation, so much so that he actually maintains eye contact when he admits that he's scared, when before he couldn't even face her when talking about his feelings. The development of their relationship in this short amount of time is represented perfectly with Arthur's body language. You can tell that he's becoming more open and more comfortable speaking about his feelings. He then keeps looking up, constantly thinking and reflecting about what he believes and wants in life. He also exhibits rapid eye movement movement, which in this context I would say is him going through lots of thoughts in his head, as opposed to him trying to take in as much information on the outside world, which is typically why we do rapid eye movement when stressed. Now, I was naturally skeptical of reacting to video game scenes, as it's a video game, but they actually use real actors with over 600 cameras to accurately map the movements of every single person. So to me, this is no different than if I were reacting to a film with actors portraying characters in the game. There is absolutely no way you could recreate this level of detail in their body language without using this method. Brilliant acting from everyone involved in this scene, and well, you've already seen the sheer detail in nonverbal cues being given off. It's insane. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.